Good morning. Welcome to morning practice on Monday. What's the date? It's the 8th of January. Hmm. It's that point in January where we have begun the year. We're definitely in it now. And for a lot of people, this is the day they return to work. And sort of getting stuck in. And we have the new moon coming up in a few days, which is really going to be a powerful time to set some intentions. That's on the 11th of January, new moon. Um, and as we, kind of marinate, let's say, in this kind of energy of intention setting and goal setting and envisioning for the year, it can get it can get a little uncertain around how to achieve the goals and visions that we have, especially um, as those things on the horizon draw nearer. And one can get caught a little bit in this wishing things to be different than they are in order to just make those things magically pop into being. And it's such a great time to remember to surrender, to trust the process, and know that everything is going to happen in the divine timing set out for you, for myself. And our responsibility is not so much to figure out the how, but to show up for what we're here to do. And especially as a lot of people are really now properly returning to work this week, it's a time to think about Dharma, because Dharma is not just the work we do as in our profession. It's really what we're here to do as souls, as hearts. So your profession may have a connection to that, but it may not be that itself. Your dharma is also being a partner, or being a family member, or being a sharer of joy and love, which is a fun dharma to have. And so as we begin this new week in the new year, let's think about what our work is in the world beyond the definition, beyond the sort of outer layer of what I call myself. But what am I here to do, not only for others, but for myself? What is your soul journey in relation to your own soul? How are you healing yourself? How are you healing your past wounds? And how do you bring your unique soul work, your unique soul path to that healing, to that process? What quality of emotion do you hold yourself with as you address the shadow aspects, the things that need to have more attention and have more care? Are you harsh with yourself, or are you kind to yourself? And, imagine feeling whatever expression that takes, that you can, lean into paying some attention to it, to the quality of how you approach your own work, your own soul emission, your own soul sharing, and how you speak to yourself, and therefore how you speak to others. So, yes, Dharma in the world is a joyful path of sovereignty and personal, I think, responsibility. And it can be a path of blessing. And definitely, without question, a path of discovery and pioneerism for the unknown self, diving into the unknown self. So, with that in mind, let's just find ourselves in meditation this morning. We'll come to a nice straight spine. Let your shoulders drop onto your back. Find that your hips are sitting on something that can let your knees fall below the line of the hips. That could be a block, a bolster, some blankets. If it's more comfortable to sit in a chair, that is an ideal place to find meditation. And just letting the eyes softly close. And let's just take a moment here to feel the body. Breathing in, breathing out. And as we breathe in and out, we feel the breath circulating. We feel the life force and energy circulating around our body. You may notice again the orchestration and cacophony, or whatever it is, the thought drama happening on the stage of your mind, the thoughts about later this morning, the thoughts about this week, the thoughts about just overarching, what is my dharma? And just actually observing that and observing any feeling that comes with those thoughts. And it's as if you're watching them from a distance, and those thoughts are on stage, and just you see them, but the volume of their engagement with you in this moment is being turned down. So that you're almost the silent observer of what looks like a lot of things happening, but you can't quite hear it because you're going to engage with yourself, and just let the curtain slowly fall on the thought drama in the mind. And then you are fully in your body, noticing the quality of air on the skin, maybe noticing the quality of air on your knees. Notice how the position of the back feels. Can you relax your shoulders just a little bit more? Can you relax your jaw? Maybe find a very subtle smile in the corners of the mouth. And just perhaps allow yourself to experience a moment of contentment in the silent body. Breathing in, breathing out. Hearing the ambient noises, noticing the temperature. Maybe there's far off bird song. It's a beautiful undercurrent to all the other noises. Sounds of traffic or pedestrians, or not. Maybe you're in a silent place. You notice the quality of that silence. You feel the shifting of the light. And as we sit here, feeling the length in our spine, you may bring one hand to the heart center, and you may cover it with the other hand, and maybe rub the palms together very slightly, feeling into and appreciating the warmth generated by your palms, these two little glow centers of warmth that you can engage with, and the heat and energy they emit, the joy and love and healing that your hands emit naturally as a marvelous human body. And you may feel that beautiful compounding of the hands' heat energy on top of each other, just creating its own sort of magnetic field, which begins to resonate with the magnetic field of the heart, which is also emitting a light, a love, and breathing in as your hands hold your heart. When you inhale, you can just imagine your heart expanding with that inhale. And as you exhale, the heart exhales, the hands holding the heart. And just feel into that breath of expansion in the heart. And then it releases, almost as if you were breathing through the heart to clear it. And you may, as we breathe in and out through our heart, call to mind a situation in the world, a person, a place that you would like to offer the benefit of your heart light to this morning. And as we move through the practice, breathing in through the heart, breathing out through the heart, you may see a person's face before you. You may see a situation you want to offer love and healing towards. Breathing in and breathing out. And it's as if your heart light, compounded by the energy of your hands, your healing hands and your healing heart, cultivate a light, a kindness, a love that grows beyond the periphery of the organ, grows beyond the periphery of the body, and is sent out beyond the physical you, out, however, wherever the distance is, to that situation, to that person. You are offering the benefit of your very magnificent, unique, special heart, light, and love. So we'll sit a few moments in silence, really feeling the breath move through the heart as we envision and offer with dedication and devotion. Let your breath begin to deepen again, just noticing the quality of your heart, still feeling that. Want to give honor and gratitude to the amazing human Lee Harris and his Guides Disease for this amazing sentence. The power of your heart is the heart of your power. Just let that compound and lie, settling in the heart space. The awareness that as you direct the light, intention, and focus of your heart, you are creating a powerful, powerful force field of love that only you are capable of creating. And when we create these force fields of love that emanate from our heart together, we magnify each other's strength. So taking this time to feel into and meditate into the heart space together brings even greater power to the focus of our attention, to our devotion, to our dedication, to our offering. Anytime available to you, anytime something you want to offer to, you can breathe into your heart and send that love out. It is a real and quite awesome power. One more deep breath in. You can let your hands fall to the lap and slowly blinking the eyes open. It seems the daylight has arrived. Ooh, we did a long meditation today. Well, let's begin. So let's take a few, I think because we breathed into the heart and really allowed our cultivation of breath awareness to be in the heart center, that is what we're going to continue with as our sort of pranayama awareness as we move through practice today. We have been sitting for a while, so if you need to move your legs, apparently I do, please do. I didn't realize quite so how much time had passed, but it's good to let ourselves fall into meditation, especially meditation of the heart, because it really is the powerful practice that we're really here to cultivate more than any professional or attain oriented goals. It's a great power and not to be underestimated. So as we move through the rest of our practice this morning, I just encourage you to keep that focus as you inhale and exhale. Just imagine your heart expanding and then receding and expanding and receding with the wave of the breath. And that will just increase your heart awareness and your offering as we begin to move through the day. So let's meet on the mat and have 2 blocks handy if you've got them. Some blankets can be useful if you want support under your knees. My legs are still asleep from being cross-legged, but I'm going to make my way over to the mat. Have a sip of water if you want, and if I look like I'm hobbling, it's just because one of my legs has got to sleep, and I'm hoping I can walk over there okay, but we'll see. Oh dear. And we'll meet in a cross-legged position on the mat. And just, yeah, let's stay warm for the time being. So whatever you need to be cozy, some nice socks or leg warmers if you're me. I'm gonna put one block down here. Okay. These chilly January mornings and are thinking about Dharma, which really, I think when people talk about, oh, I don't do yoga, or yoga is very off-putting in some way or another, these sort of Sanskrit terms, and, we talked about the 8 limbs of yoga at the end of last year. It's so easy to get caught up in, because a word sounds different, that we don't think it has maybe an application to us. But really, when we think about Dharma, it's simply like what we want to offer as individuals through the work we do, but also just through our interactions. I sometimes feel like my Dharma is purveying love to all beings and all creatures and humans and animals and the planet. And that's simple. That's a simple Dharma. So I invite you to think about what you enjoy offering on a simple daily basis, and focus in on that and feel appreciation for that and feel your uniqueness with that. Then we'll inhale, arms come overhead, hands come to prayer, and prayer will come to heart, and just offering love and gratitude for this body, this incredible instrument of consciousness, this tool of awareness, this incredible receptor of pleasure, of pain, of injury, of strength. It's amazing. The body is truly amazing. The body is how we experience the world. Our body can dance, our body can sing, our body can just do the most incredible things. And just the exquisiteness of sleep and rest and how good that feels. All the things. All the things. Thank you, body. Thank you for all you do and give me, and this amazing heart that continues and continues and continues. And reaching our arms overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, and just offering love and gratitude for every single person in our life on this planet, every human who is turning up and trying their hardest with their Dharma, with their work, with their authentic self, wherever they are, whatever they are on their life path. People with opposing views to us, people with different views to us, who also have hearts, who also have families that they care for. May all beings everywhere in the world be happy and free. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And arms come overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart. Just offering so much love and gratitude for this planet, the trees, the waters of this world, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the mountains, the exquisite landscapes and varying landscapes. This incredible, beautiful world we live in. This incredible, beautiful planet that supports and sustains us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll bring our arms overhead and just lay your right hand to the side and lean your left arm overhead, reaching the arm. And then we'll go to the other side, reaching the right arm up, pressing the right hip into the mat, really just feeling that length along the side body. And again, left arm up, left side body stretch. And again, right arm up, right side body stretch. And then just both arms come up, turn to the right. Your right hand is at the base of your spine, left hand comes to the right knee, just a gentle twist, really feeling the length on the spine more than anything else. Arms come overhead and turn to the left. Left hand is at the base of the spine, right fingertips on the left knee. Just really feeling that length of the spine. Coming back to center and suppressing a yawn, we'll just do a little very shallow, small head rolls, the neck, and maybe the other way. And then shoulder rolls back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then shoulder rolls forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll come off of your seat and we'll just come to all fours, hands and knees on your mat. And then we'll just inhaling, reaching the heart center forward, lifting the tailbone. Exhaling, rounding up between the shoulder blades. Yeah, allow yourself to moan or make noise with your inhale and exhale. Just getting those early morning creaks or wherever you are listening to it, whatever time of day. Anything that feels good, you might want to roll with your inhale and exhale, your arching and rounding. Feeling the space between the shoulder blades, really puffing that area, almost as if you could just see the area between the shoulder blades just expand by like an inch or half an inch or a quarter of an inch. And then we'll just take some hip rolls to the right, just very allowing the hips to come back over the ankles. And some hip rolls to the left. I feel like I should change my morning practice with Olivia to morning practice with Olivia in a really warm sweater because it's chilly in January, and the space that we're in, which we're very grateful for, which is a donated space, it's not that warm. So I apologize if the sweater impairs your ability to see what I'm doing, and I hope the verbal cues are helpful. So let's bring that to stillness, and then we'll just stretch that left leg back. Maybe stretching the left leg into the air, reaching the right arm forward, bringing the elbow and knee together, or just staying where you are. Stretching forward, bringing the elbow and knee together. Stretching forward. One more time. And then you may want to catch your back foot with your right hand and just find a balance here, keeping the chest center, heart center pointing forward. Kicking into that back hand and letting that go. And take a rounding here and an arch and a round and an arch. And neutral spine, right leg comes back, round a little bit on the ball of the foot, bringing some movement to the leg, and then float that leg up, float your left hand up, and then you can either stay there or bring the elbow to the knee, elbow to knee, and one more time, elbow to knee, and then catching that back foot with your left hand, again, pointing the heart center forward, kicking into that back leg, or just staying with your leg extended and your arm extended for balance. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember to breathe through your heart, and we'll let that go. And then we'll just tuck our toes, hover your knees for one moment, and then push back into a downward dog. Hips rise up, and you can just pedal that out. If downward dog is uncomfortable in any way, you can use the wall and just stand in front of the wall, about a leg's distance away. Bring your hands to the wall and allow your torso to come into an L shape so that your hips are just over your feet and your hands and torso are pressing into the wall. And you may feel the outer rotation of the shoulders, giving length to the tailbone, whether you're standing at the wall or in downward dog, just using that outer rotation, and a slight bend in the knees to extend the tailbone and the length of the spine, and hence igniting the energy in the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And allowing yourself to feel that, and then bending knees and slowly walking to the top of your mat and allowing yourself to just forward fold. If you're at the wall doing downward dog, just allow your body to come down into a forward fold. If reaching the ground does not feel comfortable or accessible, put some blocks underneath your hand and allow yourself to be supported here in your forward fold. You don't have blocks, something that could do that. You can always put your hands on your either your thighs above your knees or on your shins for some support. Just allow yourself to really bend into those knees, letting the torso drape. Taking a moment here, feeling the area around the tailbone, just feeling free and expansive, as if the sacrum could widen. And then inhaling, straight the spine, point the crown of the head forward, and then exhale down into the forward fold. And then on your next inhale, just slowly roll up the spine to standing. Arms come overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart. And then we'll reach our arms overhead on the next inhale. Interlace the hands and point the fingers up and just bend your fingers over to the right. The side bend here, really pressing into that left foot, feeling again the length along the left side body. Come to center. Leaning to the left, pressing into your right foot, really feeling that length, especially along the right side ribs, that extension. And then up to center and down. I am going to take a sweater off for this because it feels like it's warm enough. So we will inhale, our arms come overhead. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right leg back, right knee comes down. Inhale, press into your feet, into your shin, into the foot. Come up into a low lunge, allowing the hips to sink down for your lower part, the feet, to press into the earth as you reach your torso and arms up. Arms are by the ears. And then hands will come down. You're going to step back into your downward dog. If you're not doing downward dog, just step back to hands and knees. Take a moment here, maybe bend into the knees, feeling the length of the tailbone to the crown of the head, feeling the ignition of energy, of light along the spine, through the heart, breathing through the heart. Taking an inhale, and on your next exhale, just really inhabiting that length. And then we'll inhale the right leg up. Sorry. And exhale, the right foot comes forward, or it just comes forward from hands and knees. Again, finding your position here, and your feet will press into the mat as the arms reach up. Low lunge. Pressing into the mat and reaching into the sky. Take another breath here. And then hands come down. Again, you're either just going to step back to your hands and knees or step back to downward facing dog. Feeling the length, feeling the ignition of energy. And then bending the knees and stepping to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Nod your head, shake your head, wiggle your hips. Allow yourself some movement in this forward fold. And then on your next inhale, reaching for the stars and bringing that prayer to the heart. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, the left leg will step back, the left knee will come down, we'll reach up into our low lunge. Prayer comes to heart and twist to the right, maybe hooking the left elbow on the right knee, just keeping the back leg down, allowing yourself to feel the length of the spine in your twist. And then let your hands come to frame your front foot. You may move your back leg back about an inch, and then just let your front leg, the right leg, come to a very soft, straight, like just keeping a slight bend in your front knee, and maybe rolling on the heel. Just allowing yourself to feel this half split stretch running along the edge of your right leg, your right IT band. Maybe just really consciously bringing that right hip back and seeing how that feels. And then rebend into the knee. Step back to either hands and knees or downward facing dog. Take a moment here to just feel the length. And then we bring the left leg forward and the right knee down. Coming up into our low lunge. Feeling that reaching as you press into the earth, bringing the hand prayer to heart, and then twisting to the left. You may hook the right elbow on the left knee and bring the heart over the hands together. Really feeling the length of the spine in this twist. Just a gentle morning twist. Hands frame the front foot. Rock back. And just rocking a little bit on the heel. Just to feel the length of the back of the left leg wake up. a little bit. It's just really about bringing some awareness to the position of the hips, how that affects the feeling of this very gentle early morning stretch. And then rebending that leg, stepping forward into your forward fold again, letting the head nod, letting the torso move. Big breath in, sigh it out. And one more like that. Big breath in. And then inhaling, arms come overhead, hand comes to prayer. Let's take a moment with our balance, bringing our weight into our right leg. If balance is challenging, please use the wall for support. And you're just going to bring your left leg into your inner right thigh. Hip points are pointing forward, so your left knee will be out on a slight diagonal. Try not to bend too much into the hip, but really use your core to bring everything in and up, and the hip points should be facing forward. And then hands can come to prayer, or the hands can use the wall for support. Hands can either stay in prayer, or you can grow your tree branches into the sky. Feeling the length, feeling the lift, feeling your root through your feet into the earth. You are powerfully rooted into this planet. Feeling your leg begin to slip down your inner thigh. Oh dear. That's leg warmers for you. You can just let that go as needed. If you're using the wall, you're just going to about face and use the wall on this side. Otherwise, you're going to bring your weight into your left foot. I am going to remove the leg warmer. And left foot or right foot is making contact with the inner left thigh, and your left leg is supporting you again, really drawing both hips up and this into the core. Your right leg is pointed out on a slight diagonal, and hip points point forward in a parallel way. Hands come to prayer. Please use the wall if balance is challenging. And then grow your tree branches into the sky. Feeling the root extend from the center of your being deep through your left foot into the earth. You are rooted deep into this planet. You are of this planet. You belong. You are worthy. You are amazing. And allowing that prayer to come to the heart and letting that go. And we'll step out into a wide stance. I'm just moving my leg warmer so we actually have some grip. And bend into both knees, and then just let your hands fall on the knees and maybe dip one shoulder in and another shoulder in. And again, one shoulder in and another shoulder in. And then allowing your torso to come to straight, really trying to keep yourself from leaning too far forward, really trying to bring yourself over your hips, bringing your arms out, and just let's take a moment here in goddess pose, feeling the strength of our legs, really allowing ourselves to build into this position of strength. Strength and receptivity. We are receptive and we are strong. And then we'll push everything into a 5-pointed star. You're going to parallel your left foot to the back edge of your mat. Your front foot is going to turn perpendicular to the front edge. And you're just going to lean, 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 lean into the right side body, letting the hand fall either onto a block or supported on your leg, or if you want to come down to the ground, just making sure the spine is extended and long. Hips are curling under you as if the inner right thigh could kiss the inner left thigh. That sort of, as if you had a block between your legs, imagine you were squeezing it. That sensation while you're really bringing your hips underneath you. This is not a back bend. You're not looking to arch your back. You want a nice straight spine here and as much length as possible. And then we'll bend into that front knee, bringing our left arm down, spinning up on the ball of the back foot, and just again, a very gentle straightening of the right leg and the back leg, a very modified pyramid pose. If you need to bring that back foot in a few inches, just to feel that. Again, bringing some awareness to the right hip and really bringing that right hip point back in space. Feeling how that extends the length of the right leg. You may lift your toes and place that back down. We'll spin back, keeping that right knee bent. Let's find warrior two for one moment. Gazing out over the right hand. And then we'll come up, 5-pointed star. Let's come into goddess again. Feeling goddess for a moment. Keeping the spine lifted. Straightening everything. We parallel the right foot to the front edge or back edge of the mat, depending. And using the left foot to be perpendicular to the left edge of the mat, and then just leaning, leaning, leaning into that hip. Again, taking a block for support, using your leg or shin for support, or coming to the floor, keeping the spine long, keeping the chest open. Top arm reaches for the sky. And again, just imagine there's a block between your upper thighs that you're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing here. And then bending into that front knee, we're going to bring the right hand down, spinning up on the ball of the back foot, and just, again, finding a little bit of length and straightening into the left leg, letting the torso just hang here. Maybe inhaling, finding some length, exhaling. Keeping that breath awareness in your heart center. And then bending into that front leg, spinning on the back heel down. We'll just come up into a brief warrior two on the left side. Left leg is bent, left gaze over the left hand. 5-pointed star. And hands come to hips, feet come to parallel. Lift the heart and bend at the hip flexors to come down into a nice wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Feeling the hip points extend up. It can be great to have blocks under your hands here if you want more support. Just feeling the back of the legs stretching. Allowing the torso to hang, the weight of the head to drop, and pressing into the hip points as they press up towards the ceiling. And we'll press into our hands, our spine comes parallel to the ground. We turn our right leg out and bend into our right knee while our left foot points up, a little side lunge here. Allowing yourself to Take an expression in the pose that suits your body. And then pressing into the hands, we'll come to the other side. Just allowing yourself to feel the gentle stretch this morning. Pressing into your hands, we'll come down to our knees here. And let's take a quick bridge pose, I think, on our backs, to do a bit of a back bend. So you're lying on your back. Feet are on the ground, knees point up to the ceilings. You want your ankles close-ish to your hips, but my feet keep sliding away, so don't worry about it too much. It's not a crucial part, but just bring them in, bring your feet in, have them hip distance apart. And you really want your feet parallel, not turned out or in, but just parallel, maybe a slight inward angle on the feet, especially if you have a propensity to turn out, which I do. So I almost consciously kind of arrange my feet so that there's a slight, even just an energetic awareness that I'm turning them in, so that I am counterbalancing my natural tendency to turn out in this position. And so you're pressing into your feet, lifting the hips, feeling the shoulder girdle resting, supporting your weight, feeling your feet pressing in, your hips pressing up. You can either just hold the edge of the mat here, hands can be neutral. Just taking a simple bridge pose. And then bring the spine back down. And then I'm deciding what we're doing. We're going to bring both knees in, and you're going to hug your forehead to your knees, and then let them come here to tabletop, and just let them drop to the left as your arm extends to the right for a side twist. Letting yourself just begin to let go a bit as you're in the twist, feeling the whole back laying out over the floor. And you're gonna bring both your knees up to the center again. Nice little tabletop position here. And letting them fall to the right, letting your torso and left arm extend to the left. And just really allowing the body to fall in. Continuing to breathe in and through the heart. And we'll bring our knees back up to center. Hold them once more, bringing your forehead and your knees together. And then letting everything extend. I'm like, what's that? It's my block. Into a Shavasana. So legs come out long on the mat. Allow the feet to fall open, have nothing touching the body or interfering with the body, letting the arms be by the sides, palms face up, thumbs point out, feeling everything around your hips relaxing into the mat and letting go. Feeling the back of the shoulder blades relax into the mat. Any areas of gripping or tightness around the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, around the hips, tailbone, just imagine it all melting. And your jaw is soft Jaw is soft, head is soft. Everything melts into the mat and you just let go here. Begin to feel the movement of air across the skin. Begin to bring a deepening of the breath and some very slight movement to the fingers and the toes. Feeling the awareness of movement as it makes its way through your body with your breath, and slowly bringing yourself to one side in a fetal position, taking a moment in fetal position. And then pressing yourself up to a seat. Keeping the eyes closed, keeping the focus soft, you may bring one hand to the heart center, another hand on top. Just feeling into your heart center. Notice if it's different than it was when we began. Notice the quality of your heart light. And bringing to mind again that dedication, that offering, letting the emotion of devotion fill your heart space. We'll take 3 ohms to close. We'll take a cleansing breath first. So inhale in, exhale through your heart, and then inhaling to Om. Bowing to you in my devotion to the way each and every one of you teach me, show me the way, reflect back to me just what an extraordinary experience being a human on a soul journey is, each in your unique way, and myself in mine. Sharing this practice with you connecting our heart energy together is a wondrous, amazing gift. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your offering, and I hope that you have a beautiful day and enjoy whatever you want to offer to the world today. Let yourself feel your full heart in it. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll say goodbye for now.